Afternoon, Derek.
As you know, I've been up here filming before, but it wasn't actually in this building, it was in the Euro office building.
That's right. We've had a base up in Cumbria for over 2 years now with Nick's Euro office, and of course I work for Nick Griffin as well. The viewers will have members will have had the Central Party report we sent out, where I'm down as part-time for the party, which I am because I work for Nick Griffin MEP as well in the Euro office. So the offices being very close together has allowed us to carry on both those roles, and the offices being close together has complemented really rather than anything else.
Well, earlier on, David Stacker was saying how handy it is to have this office here for councillors, parish councillors that can call in and out and make phone calls and make the leaflets and things like that. It just does seem a good office to me. What I would like to know, Clive, and I'm sure everybody else would like to know as well, is how many hats have you got now?
Too many, but I've got my role with Nick Griffin MEP, which for the first year and the second year took a lot of our time, a lot of the party's time, a lot of the chairman's time, but we've grew into that role. We know exactly what we're doing now. Currently at the moment I'm the National Treasurer and I'm the Elections Officer. That's my primary roles. Elections is my passion. Elections is what I really want to do, but over the last 9 months I've stepped into the role as Party Treasurer. We've been very successful with that. We're expanding the Treasury team. More about that in detail will come after the Advisory Council meeting and the next Central Party report. We've got a lot of good news on what we've done with Treasury, because of course I'm not an accountant. I'm the first person to tell people that. My role predominantly is authorising the budget, not actually recording it, and we'll be explaining a lot to the members about how we've separated the Treasury function out. The Treasurer now, myself, no longer has any access to money at all. It's always been, over the years, that the Treasurer has had the ability to pay, he's had to control the bank accounts, he's authorised the money, and he's spent the money, and he's prepared the books. That wasn't a satisfactory, nobody's fault really, parties grow, but when you get to a professional stage, you need to separate those roles out. We've done the first part of that separation, where I'm taking off all the bank accounts. The regions have been separated out from the Central Party. We've got James Mole in the East Midlands there, terrifically respected Treasurer. He's the Deputy Treasurer as such. He's in control of all the regions, and every fund holder that's watching this will have the highest regard for James and what James done. So that's took a huge chunk of the Treasury work into James's hands, and that is a totally separate operation. My role predominantly is assessing everything, looking after the pennies really, the membership's money, and treating that with the respect it deserves, every pound, every penny. But I can't spend that money. It takes 2 other members of staff to authorise any payments. I authorise them, they make the payments, and we move into a third Treasury stage of separation, which we'll go into a lot more detail in the next Central Party report. So really, my roles, although it appears that I've got a lot of roles, it's mainly Election Officer and Treasurer, and the Treasury functions becoming easier as we've been through this period. We've had a very difficult time, an interesting time, a challenging time when we moved Central Party over to England. Very popular move with the members, and as you can see today with all the councillors and with the people that's using the facilities, it's been a win-win situation from every way you look at it really. So that's really the hats I wear, Derek, and of course General Dog's Body, and as you've seen today, we all muck in with everything. The phones need answered, we answer them. If it's printing, it's printing. You know, But this is our work, and I think what's come across today, this is our work, our paid work for the party. But when that finishes at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 10 o'clock usually most nights, we drop onto our voluntary roles. I mean, I'm a local parish councillor, re-elected this year. As we've talked about before, there's eight councillors in this room. We all serve our community in a voluntary role there, and we all contribute to the British National Party in our voluntary time. And I think it's important for everybody to understand. We're paid to do a function by the party, by the membership, and after our job ends, then on top of that we do our voluntary work for the party. Every weekend, every night, everybody that works in this hub now, the Central Party hub, we literally live, breathe and eat British National Party at work, after work, at weekends for our voluntary time.
I would like to ask you, is that compulsory?
I would like to make it compulsory. We're very fortunate in this office that we don't need to make it compulsory. There's a motion forward at the conference that's coming to make it compulsory for elected office officials, like the GLA or the MEPs or any salaried high office official. We're actually putting forward to the members to write into the contracts that there's voluntary work, that they're expected to do voluntary work every week at the bequest of the regional organiser and the members, because the people I work with, nobody forgets that it's a pleasure to work for this, it's an honour to work for this party, it really is, but we need to go beyond that. Doing your job for the day is fine, but yes, I expect every single member, every single person that's lucky enough to be salaried, to be doing a job that we're passionate about, we should do our voluntary work.
As I was saying earlier on, if the plumbers and joiners, etc. out there, after working a 40 or 50 hour a week job, they can find the time to go out leafleting, surely the party staff should be no different.
Of course, well, we're not different, as you've seen today, Derek, and as you've seen at every event up and down the northwest where we go. I'll be there, Dawn will be there, Angus will be there, Jen will be there. Jen's treasurer for the northwest now. You know, we all take on our voluntary party roles after our salaried job ends. I think it's a key part of working for the party, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I've been here today in this office and it seems really busy. The phones are always going. Everybody, like you say, mucks in and it seems to be functioning okay. Personally, I think it's a good idea not being in Belfast, being here, and you know what I mean. It seems to have got a good future here in this office.
It's great. I mean, it's a little bit rough and ready at the moment. We've moved in, and my role as treasurer has been, like I said earlier, to value every penny, every £5 note that's sent in by a pensioner. You know, we value every donation, and we could have moved into plush offices. But on that note, we didn't when we had the Euro funding. You know, we didn't get a high status office there. It's about value for money, and as this office grows, because our key aim initially in the move was functionality. We had to keep the phone calls being answered. We had to keep the membership cards going out. We had to keep the whole party infrastructure going. So yes, we should. You know. We'd very much like a nice carpet job done and a suspended ceiling in things, which will come this year. But it's a good office, it's practical, it's got a good working team, and we're running it very efficiently, and I think it has got a future. Being on the mainland, definitely it's got its benefits, definitely. I mean, Jen and Angus especially have come back from over there, and they've learnt an awful lot from that setup, and they've brought the positive things over, and then the other people that's involved now, we've added more to that, and I think we've got the basis of a really efficient, functioning central party now.
Well, this isn't only the office, is it? There is another office in Burnley.
Yes.
A Euro office,
yes.
And there's a BNP office in Burnley.
Yes. Absolutely. We've also got Alwyn Deacon in the Midlands as well, in Nuneaton. Alwyn still does the dispatch role, so this certainly isn't everything. This is our central admin hub, but Alwyn Deacon's he's downsized as well. Let's not beat around the bush here. Every company, every family in this country, in this economic climate, is downsizing. Every family is feeling the pinch, and every successful business has got to adapt to the change in the economy. We've adapted under incredible pressure from outside sources, from the Kerr case, pressure from every single angle. We've absorbed all that. We're still here, and we're stabilising. And we're very, very confident that we can maintain this and grow again from this point.
So would you say that this is back to the grassroots?
Of course it is. That's what it's all about. It's all about that. We expanded, we explained in the last Treasury report, we expanded to a huge operation to win those European seats. We kept that level of infrastructure on for the general elections. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. We didn't take the general election seats, but decisions were made to keep that infrastructure, and we've done a staged downsize now, which was always the plan, but getting back to the grassroots, and we're a party of volunteers. It's as simple as that, and the volunteers love coming in here. We've got a genuine community spirit. There's probably a dozen, maybe 15 people that come in here regularly. We'll put a call out when the VOFs come in, when we're really firing things through their machines, packing them. We've got Royal Mail lorries pulling up, and it's a real good spirit, and it's the volunteers that have allowed us to do this and be efficient and save money.
What have you got message to people out there, to branches out there? If they have a local by-election, for instance, what would if they got in touch with you at this office, what help could this office give? I know when the Burnley by-election went on, it was really helpful for the help that we got from here, literature and things like that from here, and all the help we got.
Yes.
How do people approach you here now to get that?
The phone number's on our website, and it rings through to any of the lines in here. But I'm on elections at BNP.org.uk. Over the move period, when we've been re-establishing this, as you said, I've got a lot of hats, and our priority was to re-establish headquarters and to keep the admin going. But another part of the central party operation has got to be support and making the elections happen. We can, as you've seen today, we've got colour printing facilities now. We're improving our computer systems so we can help with the mail merges. And as we did with the Burnley one, we tested the first by-election with phone canvassing, which you were personally involved in. The central party is here for a by-election, and we'll print the literature, we can ship it down to you, we'll help you with the design. Just ask the question and we'll be there, we'll support you.
So, one last question. The election machine is still here?
The election machine is still here. The election that we've just come through, the Scottish and the Welsh Assembly and the Irish Assembly elections, we shipped out of here. We shipped out something like 1.5 million leaflets out of here, using our own vans, our own people, myself, Angus, Jen, everybody mucked in. We labelled all the boxes. We also mail merged about 320,000 extra leaflets on top of that, where we stood in the constituencies. We designed and sent leaflets over to Belfast. We stood there for the first time this year. What we've actually achieved, I mean, we've never registered even in Northern Ireland, which we've done for the first time this year very successfully. We stood 3 candidates in the Assembly elections. They all got a colour leaflet delivered by Royal Mail. They got ancillary leaflets. They got placards. Everything's designed up here. There's some of the ones from Belfast. You can see everything on the notice board is all the leaflets that we're continually designing and working on. So yes, absolutely, the help's here. All people have got to do is ask for it, and we'll be delighted to help. That's what we're here for.
Well, thank you for all that information, Clive.
Thank you very much for coming, Derek.